Hello everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Expert Division in the City of Lights tournament video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. So let's go. Before we start with the video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Also sign up on patreon.com/golfclashtommy to get the updated text guides. And if for those of you that do not know about updated text guides, search for the video here on YouTube, check it out, and you will see example on those guides. I can promise you that those will help you big time in the tournament. Visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content. And in this version of Expert, I'm happy with the content that I do provide. I've been going over the courses, going a little bit back and forth to give you the ways that I feel is going to be the better ways to play. I'm very happy with hole 5. I've added my opponent's drive actually on hole 5, which is going to be pretty interesting to see while I'm playing a different drive. This is the first time in a while that I'm adding one of my opponent's shots, but I truly believe that that shot is going to be something that at least answers some questions for you. It did for me. At least. So we're gonna start with hole number 1, where we're gonna start with 10% extra for the drive. We play with the quarterback if we do have the quarterback in level 10. Otherwise, I would suggest that you back up and you play, not back up with the target, but you change the club to play with a Thor's hammer or maybe with an extra mile. Max side spin to the right, and I would like you to go with 5 bars of topspin. Slight curl to the right to just, straighten the ball guideline out and help you prevent from dropping into the rough if you hit great left. Getting it over here 313, that's nice, and now you're gonna see 2 different approaches that I'm going to play. First, I'm gonna actually give you a way of going for the rough bump. There is 2 things to think about here. First, line up with the ball guideline to the hole. You do not need that much topspin, you do not need backspin. A tiny bit topspin to just get yourself in the hole. Once you have adjusted now, you're going to first and foremost adjust for a 10% extra elevation. Then you're gonna push back approximately 1/3 of a ring. I would go more or less half a ring to just make sure that you clip the rough. That is needed to be done because you're otherwise going to hit the fairway and then it's going to be a problem. You see it comes down very nicely, and I do believe that the rough bump will give you a very nice way of getting the eagle there. There is also obviously the normal approach where you bounce over the rough and the sand, but that one is pretty simple to go from. Hole number 2, now we're gonna play 4 bars of backspin and 3.5 back side spin to the right. I would say that we would like to go with 3 bars. And we go with 1/3 of the red ring inside the rough line there to the right, in the absolute maximum distance of our Goliath with a power 3 ball. Maximum distance with a 20% over adjustment, no curl whatsoever. We're just gonna hit this shot perfect. And here you can notice, like, when we get the ball here towards the pin, why we would like to have 3 bars instead of going with 3.5 bar side spin to the right. Hole number 3, here you will see me playing with an Apocalypse level 7, but I'm only using 6 bars topspin to mirror the amount of topspin having with an Apoc 5, 6, even 4, and also an extra mile level 8. But the thing that I want to show you here is a slight aggressive approach, but where we do need curl. I'm adjusting with a power 3 ball, a kingmaker here, a max side spin to the right, and approximately 50% of overpower. And then we're going to try to hit the ball perfect. We aim for the center of the fairway here with the max curl, which will leave this ball to come in very nicely here on the fairway. And this shot here is going to give us a possibility to go for a slight different approach than we normally do as we reach pretty far. The drive, 10% extra only. Second shot, minus 5% when it comes to the elevation for the second shot. We aim for the back end of the green, and the thing that I make as a mistake, I aim way too much to the right. And we do want basically the ball guideline to be pointing towards the fringe on the top left. Now I'm basically just like half a green square to the left of the pin, and that's not going to help out in any form. Getting it up there and makes it fall down though, but we're not going to catch the funnel as we're too much to the right. Good chance though, in my opinion. Hole number 4, here we're gonna go for the rough bump, power 3 ball here, and this one is very forgiven, I would say. Max side spin to the left and half a bar of topspin. The reason we're using half a bar of topspin is that we're going to adjust down to a slight lower point, and we do need to compensate by using a little bit of topspin, otherwise we're gonna fall short. Max distance with a 20% over adjustment with our shot here, and we're gonna go for the rough bump. If we hit great left or great right, you're still going to clip the rough, and that's the beauty with this shot here. And with a perfect, we're gonna be either deadly close to hole in one, or it's going to be in the hole. Definitely the way to go, in my opinion, for hole number 4. Hole number 5, here we're gonna see my drive, then we're gonna see my opponent's drive. And once again, you know, me playing the drive here, I'm going back to play with the quarterback. I would, though, suggest you to actually go up and play with a club that gives you 6 bars of topspin. I do think that the quarterback will work, but 6 bars of topspin will give us a little bit extra distance with our drive here. And we do need that extra distance because we do not want to be, you know, too far away. We do want to kind of be somewhere between the minimum / medium distance with our second shot, trying to approach it with the funnel shot there towards the green. You can see this one dies very short, and you know, in the end, that's what we can go from that. You know, I thought about this one on stream. Could we actually make the green? And this is gonna be interesting. Our opponent goes max top and as much side to the left possible, and then he's just going full blast overpower with a half a ball of curl. He hits a pretty bad, not a pretty bad great right, but hits a great right. And this one, look at the bounce now. It bounced on the fairway and then on the island, over the green and into the rough. Obviously, a very short rough iron. Do we want to try that? I'm not sure, because honestly, if we hit that the wrong spot, then we're gonna have a massive problem going into water. But I wanted to show that, as I felt it was very interesting to include that in the playthrough. If we do play normally, like we do here, we are going to play this one in minimum distance, plus 10%. And then we are going to bounce on the island, looking for the funnel. And as you can see, you know, if you're just getting the ball to roll like that, it's going to be in the hole basically every single time. And that's the beauty with the funnel. So I'm going to stick with that, even though it's tempting to try to go for green. But lay up, use the funnel, and then you're going to have a very good chance for the eagle. 10% extra for the second shot as well, not just for the drive. Hole number 6. And now we're going to turn the screen around and adjust from, we're gonna push our target away from us. The reason we're gonna do that is because otherwise we're gonna have the trees in our face when we adjust. So that's going to be very important. Max side spin to the left and 6 bars top spin. Do not hold back with the top spin here. We do want to have that many bars, because if we get to get into the bunker, we're dead. So we need to make sure that we're just getting over. Now, we're gonna go for the rough bump, but not entirely like we did in Pro. We're gonna go on the left side of the tree instead, using the side spin that we're having, and trying to zoom in a way so we can see the ball guideline here going towards the pin. And the only thing that I'm not doing here is that I'm actually aiming for the pin. I would like us to really aim for the pin here and give ourselves a chance to get that ball in the hole. Maybe use a little bit more top spin, or maybe move our target more to the right. Up to you how you will want to approach this. I want to include this, but because I feel this actually gives us an opportunity, while I before the tournament start felt that this was gonna be just a very boring hole. No elevation adjustment here whatsoever. Unfortunately, a great right. But as you can see here, the ball bounces in the rough and it comes in here and gets very close. We are a little bit short though, but it is a very nice shot, and that's definitely something to build on going forward in the tournament. Hole number 7. And here we're gonna play with the quarterback. Do not go max backspin as I'm doing here, because then you're gonna be having to go with overpower. So I would say 5 bars of backspin, and then go with as much side spin that you possibly can after that. You can see here we go with basically 5 back, 5 right, starting at the +1 yard mark, and then I just make it very simple. I played 1-to-1, and for those that aren't familiar with 1-to-1, it means if we have 7.7 miles per hour in wind, we are adjusting 7.7 rings. Unfortunately, a great left, but we do have a lot of margin when it comes to the fairway here, so that's not gonna be a problem. Mark down the yardage here, because now we're gonna have an opportunity to dial it in. Goliath, and I'm going to mixture a little bit, going a little bit back and forth, looking for a good spot here. First I'm trying to, maybe we should try to get this one lined up with the wind, but we do have headwind, and we do not want to get the ball to clip the rough on the other side. 20% extra is what we do need to play this one, and I'm actually playing this shot in maximum distance of our club. 3-bar side spin to the left, and as you can see that I'm aiming for the hole. So max distance with a 20% over adjustment, even if we're not in max distance. That's why I want to really put clear words on that, you know, even if we're not in max distance, we're using max distance number. This one coming in like a beauty, and we're getting it in the hole for an eagle. Hole number 8, this wind is basically the same wind that we had in an earlier tournament, just that we do have a little bit of headwind this time. So I'm going to make it very simple here. Blue ring by the rough to the left. And I'm going to go all but half a bar of backspin. And I'm not going to use any side spin whatsoever here, at least not in this example. I would like us though to go with approximately half a bar of side spin to the left, and you're going to see why when we're getting it here. We're playing at medium distance with a 10% over adjustment here, and that is going to be 1-to-1 with sniper and power 3 ball. The half a bar of side spin would help us kick our ball a little bit back to the left, and that would be making a possibility for an hole-in-one on otherwise a super boring par 3 in my opinion, which is hole number 8. Hole number 9, max side spin to the left, and I'm going in this case with 1 bar of backspin. You know, you can go with half a bar if you want to as well, but I would like us to go with 1 bar to make sure that we stay on the fairway. So in this case, we're going to go with no elevation extra. We're just going to make sure that the ball gets as close to the top left corner as possible. Getting it up there, and now it's very important for the second shot that you're giving yourself distance with the club that you're using. In my case, it's the Cataclysm. And I'm going to actually play this one pretty aggressive. I'm only going to play with 4 bars top spin and as much side spin to the right possible. The plan for me here is that I kind of want to look for a way to go with a lot of curl and see if we can get a line where the ball is actually going to move itself towards the pin directly. Very tough, but I still believe no matter what that this way of playing is going to be the only way to play hole number 9. I do not expect anything to drop on this one. I do expect drops on other shots instead. I'm going with approximately 75% of the ball outside to the right, and I'm going with a 10% over adjustment. The ball comes in here and it rolls, and it sits nicely on the fairway just by the fringe. But in the end, that's gonna be a super safe way getting an eagle. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this playthrough. I'm very happy with the way here in Expert, giving you some aggressive lines, giving you some conservative lines, and also giving you information that you might need going forward. You do not have to play a line that I call aggressive, but in the end, at some point, we need to play it a little bit aggressive if we do want to be up there fighting for a top 10 or maybe for the gold. Please, if you do have a question, do not hesitate to ask. Make a comment in the comment section below. Also, if you like the video, take your time, hit thumbs up. Also, subscribe to Patreon if you do want to get the updated text guides. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and I want to wish you the best of luck in the City of Lights tournament.